Let's make some Florida water. Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to my channel. As you could see from the intro, I'm going to make some Florida water today, and I just thought I would take you along with me. This is my first time doing this, so why not record it? I've already cleansed everything and I set intentions for it, so we're good to go as far as that is concerned. I've wanted to make Florida water for a long time. I always thought it was an overcomplicated thing, and therefore that kind of turned me off from creating it. So I've watched several videos over the past month, and I've seen it where it's nothing but essential oils that are used, to the way I'm going to do it with fresh ingredients. And I don't have a large essential oil collection, so that's why I wanted to use the fresh ingredients rather than purchasing all those essential oils that I don't really use in my practice. So that's my thought process. So you're coming along on this ride because we're going to figure this out as I go. One thing I did learn from watching different people put theirs together is it was all a mixture of different ingredients. The main ingredient I saw was citrus and mint and cinnamon, I think was used in every single one. And then the ingredients really, oh, and rose. Rose was another one. And then the ingredients varied from there. It was always something different depending on who was making it. And I thought, you know what, that's what this is about. This is about me creating a blend that I am going to want to use for the purposes of spiritual cleansing. I know Florida water was originally created as a cologne, but my purpose for this is for some sort of spiritual cleansing to use in my practice in some way. So I wanted to tailor it to the scents that I like, and I do not like heavily floral scents, which is why I won't purchase ready-made Florida water, because it's too perfumey for me. I like citrus. I do like the more spicy or whatever tones. So that's what I'm going to use in mine. So, and I'm making a small batch and I'm putting it in a spaghetti sauce jar. So I am all about doing this as cheaply as possible. We picked up some fresh ingredients from the grocery store. I had cinnamon on hand. I had lavender essential oil on hand. The roses came from my the bouquet that my husband got me for Valentine's Day. So the only thing that was really purchased was like $6 maybe in herbs and the 3 citrus fruits. And that's it. Everything else was already here. So that's what we're going to use. So I think I'm going to start out by putting my roses in the bottom, and I don't know. I'm going to save the one. I don't know if I'm going to put all 3 in there, but we're going to put those in there. And I'm putting roses in to bring in the energy of love and harmony. And for the citrus, I am putting in a lemon peel. I saw people cut and use like full slices of citrus, but I'm just going to use the peel. And the lemon peel is for purification of mind, body, and spirit. And then the oranges that I'm sticking in here is to bring in that feeling of the sun. So your joy and your happiness and like an exuberant type energy. And then the little lime citrus that I have, I am putting it in for high vibrational energy, to absorb any sort of negative energy. And I have a couple pieces of citrus here left too, so we will see if I have room in the jar. So the next thing I'm going to put in is some dried sage, and that is for self-purification and to, cleanse and banish. That's another reason I am using rosemary. It is for banishing, protecting, and to purify and to bring around clear thinking, and rosemary is absolutely one of my favorite herbs. I don't cook with it often, but I love to use it. I've used it in the ancestral work. I've used it to make a wash with it, with just rosemary and some water. And I love to cut off a piece from my kitchen, which my bush is looking a little straggly right now, which is why I bought some rosemary. But I love to cut a little piece off in my kitchen and just rub it between my hands and smell and bring in that energy of that clear thinking. I really do love that. So I am also going to put in some bay, and this is for strength and some healing energy, some good luck, good fortune. So that's why I'm adding some bay leaves in. I'm adding in basil for wealth and to dispel fear. So I thought that would be good to stick in there. And then I'm putting in some mint to amplify some positive energy. That's why I am using mint. And it also brings around, oh God, I love the smell. It also brings a sense of calmness to a space. So that's why we're going to put some mint in there. And then I'm also using some cinnamon. Cinnamon is an accelerator and an attractor. I use cinnamon all the time in my abundance bowl that I do at the beginning of every year to accelerate that energy of that abundance bowl and to attract love, money, wealth, anything like that. And cinnamon, I probably should have put this in first, but cinnamon can also help sanctify objects. So we're going to stick some of it. I don't know if I can break this one. No, it's too thick. I'm going to stick it here around the outer edges. And one more. Okay, as I knock things over. And I'm going to put the last of these little leaves that I have sitting out. And I don't think I'm going to put in, I don't think I'm going to try to put in this last rose. Oh, maybe it'll sit right here on top. Maybe we can stick a lime up there. And a piece of the orange over there. So the jar is looking rather full. I love it. I love the way the jar looks and everything. I'm going to put in a few drops of this lavender essential oil. I've seen many methods when it comes to the liquid. I've seen using like distilled water mixed with a high grade isopropyl alcohol and boiling it. I am not boiling anything. I can't remember if I said this at the beginning, so I'm repeating it. But I am going to let this sit for a full lunar cycle. And so since we're coming up on the new moon in just a couple days from when I'm filming this, I'm going to let it sit from one new moon to the next new moon in a cool, dry place, and I'll interact with it on a regular basis, shaking it. I am using 100 proof vodka, and I might have to refill this. So let's see how much this fills up the jar. Almost. I need to put a little bit more in there. Okay, I added a little bit more of the 100 proof vodka just to like right here. I hope you can see it. I wanted to leave some room where I could mix this back and forth so everything can mix up, and I'm going to put that lid on nice and tight and shake everything up in here. And I'm sure as time goes on, things will sink down a little bit. And if I have to, I'll just open it and get a spoon to push things down a little bit more. But here is my jar of Florida water. We are going to see how this turns out in the next month. And I will report back on that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. If you do like the video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more from me. I am trying to add a little bit more variety to my content on the channel, and I hope that you are enjoying it. So until I see you next time, bye.